Who are we going to choose to be? Who will we choose to be? And dear Lord, what have we done? If I may, Hillary Clinton. We came, we saw, he died.
I mean, that is the land of unconfirmed reports.
Yes, we came, we saw, he died.
It's funny, isn't it?
That's great.
We had the responsibility to protect in Libya. That's what the administration said. We have the responsibility to protect Samantha Power. Cass Sunstein's wife. We have the responsibility to protect. We've got to go into Libya. We've got to do these things.
That is the land of unconfirmed reports.
Yes, we came, we saw, he died.
Could you please get that for me again, but leave in the laugh afterwards?
That is the land of unconfirmed reports.
Yes, we came, we saw, he died.
Because they laughed after that. And it is the arrogance. It is the arrogance that will be our undoing. I wrote last night on Facebook, I don't know what to say about the news anymore. The news is nothing but all of my worst nightmares and my worst warnings. The things that I was mocked and belittled for. The collapse of Libya. The collapse of Egypt. The truth about the Muslim Brotherhood. The caliphate that now spreads across in the Middle East like a cancer. ISIS. The beheadings. Jews being targeted in Europe. Jews now being told by Benjamin Netanyahu, leave Europe. The rise of fascism and the Nazi Party. And the targeting of the West by the caliphate in the heart of Europe. All of these things I predicted and warned of. All of this we spoke of. All of this could have been avoided if we weren't so arrogant. If we would have stopped playing politics. Dear God, forgive us. Forgive us for what we have done and what we have failed to do. There is so much more yet to come. These are the birth pangs. These are the beginnings of sorrows. The solutions that were within our grasp in the last 8 to 10 years are no longer there. The worldly answers are gone. We must humble ourselves, or by God, he will do it for us. We must humble ourselves and turn our faces to God. I spent the weekend listening to speeches by Winston Churchill. He wasn't that good. He wasn't that good of a speaker. He sounded hammered all the time. He was like, we'll fight on the beaches. We'll fight on the streets. Right, on the cognac. I mean, he was not as electrifying as you think he was.
The words were. His delivery was not. The
words were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you listen to Winston Churchill, Pat, do a real quick search. See if you can find the Fight on the Beaches speech. It should be about 2.5 minutes. You listen to his words. At one point, he warns America. He calls on America, not by name, but if you know what was happening in history, where Winston Churchill was calling FDR, telegramming FDR, we're done, we are done, we are done. Don't you understand? You've got to stand up and call the Nazis evil. And there were people in his own country that didn't want to call the Nazis evil. They wanted this just to remain Germany's problems. World War I and World War II were about as far away as we are from the first Gulf War to the second Gulf War. We didn't want to go back there. We had just been there. They didn't want to go back. They had just been there. And so they didn't want to call him evil. The United States didn't want to call the Nazis evil.